Well, if you're like a lot of music fans, you've spent a great deal of time listening to the music of Van Halen over the last several days. What really stood apart to me with Eddie's playing and even his personality is his gracefulness. Every time there's a solo break in a Van Halen song, you feel lifted. Even though what he's doing is, technically amazing, the way that he phrased, the way that he played, goes well beyond guitar superhero-ness. Listening to Eddie Van Halen play guitar makes you feel better. It makes you feel excited. And there's not a lot of guitar players who can be so in your face and so technically proficient, and at the same time make you go like, oh, yeah. And though I really enjoy all of Van Halen's catalog, Sammy Hagar's collaboration with Eddie Van Halen, to me, is a perfect complement with their two amazing talent sets and the way they can both make a melody soar, the way they play off of each other, and particularly listening to them live. It's amazing. So in this video, we're going to look at the singing style of Sammy Hagar, and I'm excited to discuss and demonstrate how to get his seamless mix, his grit, his distortion is different than a lot of vocalists we've covered on this channel. He's got a great range, it's very consistent, great pitch, great control, but it seems like he's bringing his chest up really high. If you've heard that expression used before, you don't hear a lot of that thin mix going on. But I'm going to break this stuff down. I'm going to show you how to get there. Using primarily Van Halen songs, but we're going to go back in his catalog too to reveal some interesting ways that he approaches things. And the singing techniques that I'm using in this video are fairly advanced. If you want to go deeper with your own voice and understand how to expand your range, how to use support in a way that's going to help you hit these notes in a natural and freeing way, click the link below and join my free vocal course. Example 1. Just a regular yeah, something simple. Now, the main thing, I'm going to say this up front, but I'll probably reiterate it many times. He has a thick sound, but if we go for the thick sound first, we won't have the stamina or the pitch accuracy over the long haul to maintain the kind of tone and sound that he gets. While he can do it live, we've got to approach from a thinner perspective first and then work more gritty. So in other words, start, oh yeah! Oh yeah! That's a thin mix. We're not going, oh yeah! We're not doing that right away where we're pushing up to it. We want to go, ah! We want to take the dying cat, oh yeah! Put it through our nose, and we're going to hear why nose is so important. Nasality is so important in Sammy's style later, especially. But we want to start thin. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! And then connect it to our chest. Oh! Now we're going to go more nasal. Oh, yeah! Then we are going to blend. We're going to push our chest up. The sensation of, like that's unnatural, but we're going to push our chest up to the point to we start cracking out of that thin sound. We get that sound. So rather than really trying to reach for it with our chest, we're going to push to the point that our voice sort of gives out while maintaining that nasal thin sound, or at least trying to. When we do that, and when we blend those together, we will get this. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh! And that's what I'm also doing with my lower lip. I'm shaping the tone. This helps me place the resonance in my nose a little bit more, and also creates a less bright sound coming out of my face. Key also for Sammy's sound. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Now we're still breaking up a little bit there, but do you hear how dark it is? And it has this sound, this auditory appearance of the chest being brought up, but I've started thin. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! And we can go even more extreme. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Where we're utilizing that break even more, but he's not that aggressive. He's living in the more mild sensation region of thin nasal chest off. Oh yeah! It sounds lower pitch than oh, but it's no less strained. Next, keep this stuff in mind as we go forward. Okay, one of the wonderful soaring notes that he delivers, right? This be, this be, this be, this be. Get that down and then thin this note. This be love. Get it really thin. Thin and nasal. Crow. He is the master of crow. This be love. Get it thin and clean, and then practice this process of bringing your chest up. This be love. This be love. This be love. Practice that transition. Exposing your vocal break, bringing your chest up to the point of failure, combining it with wine and cats and nasalness. This be love. And then we get that nice, girthy, mixed sound. And let yourself fail over this line while you're dialing it in. See what comes out and see what victories you can accomplish. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Oh, tell me why can this be love? Yeah! Tell me why can't this be love? I wanna know why can't this be love? Next. Okay, there's some good things going on here. Listen to it's not I wanna. Very, very nasal there. I wanna. And then that breakup he's getting on hold, that's not as high of a note as we've talked about recently. But we're going to get there nasally and thinly first. And then we're going to try to live in that in-between of bringing chest up till we break a little bit and combining it with the thin nature. But in this case, we're going to try to relax even more, even though he sounds really intense. Let me show you what I mean. That sound, in order to really get that level of aggression and freedom at the same time, which is what he projects, we can't be reaching. I wanna hold. It's this sense that we're thinking down on that note that it sounds like he's pushing up to. Nasal, I wanna hold. and then relaxing as we crack, feeling it out to the point of where can we rest? There's going to be a lot of ugliness as we're approaching this sound, but I tell you, it is not by pushing to the point of this type of grit. This is a grit that comes out of letting go in a lot of ways. I wanna hold. Now, it doesn't sound like he's doing that. He has this support underneath it, right? But this is how you get there, and you can gradually take these together. You can take these approaches together. Supporting up to it, thinking down on it. I wanna hold. There it is. I wanna hold you safe. Next, we've got another yeah. Listen what he does. There's this thinning. We've heard this in other vocalists. But when he goes up to that, oh yeah! Again, I'm exaggerating, but listen. He's got that nice grit. Yeah! Yeah! What we're going to practice, though, with this inspiration, is throwing our voice thinner and then coming back down to that level of grit. Yeah! 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 Let your grit happen. Dial it back if you can. But again, his grit is about resting. That is why he's able to do it. And when you listen to him live, he goes song after song. He sounds great and gritty. Get a good level of grit, get a good level of balance between cracking and thin mix and bringing your chest up, and then practice throwing into thin mix and back. Yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah! Next. Now, what I love about Sammy's sound and the way he approaches vowels in particular, this is hard. That 55! You're not going to get there if you try to go too gritty. If you try to listen to what he's doing and go, oh man, he sounds really chesty, even at that high D. He's one of those guys that for a long time I was like, man, he's got a high range. 55! I mean, I can get there, but that's painful. Too necky, right? 55! 55! Yeah! Let's do the thin to gritty, adjusting our face, leaving our neck kind of out of it, letting ourselves break, and see if we can rest in that middle. Oh yeah! 55! Yeah, 55! There it is! Yeah, 55! Yeah! 55! Wow, we can get really cool and aggressive sounding. It inspires all sorts of other things coming out of my voice. He tends to lie on the more mild side of that, but when you listen to guys like Sam Carter, for example, they're going on the more extreme of this same type of approach. Next. Another good example of him not shying away from those hard vowels, right? How hard we try. A lot of guys would try to approach this, how hard we try, leaving things really open the whole time. But his ability to harness the power of crow, how hard, right? I'm intentionally sounding extreme and ridiculous so that we can place that we. How hard we. right? If I was trying to be non-nasal and really forward, and using my chest a lot, I'd be straining a lot in order to hit that E sound, and I would be tempted to go, how hard way, which is a lot easier. Way try, right? But he does not shy away from that. How hard way try. It's harnessing that balance with crow that really helps you get that we to sound and feel the way it needs to. Wee! Next. Now this one really exposes that nasality over the one by one. Listen carefully here. A live example, by the way. This is not one by one! This is much more one by one! One by one! If we want to bring this lower and practice the resonance that's happening, the placement that's happening, one by one, one by one, we sound pretty ridiculous. But it's really evident in how he approaches, especially those first notes. One by one! One by one! One by one! One by one! There's a closure and there's a roundness to it that only happens by being intentionally nasal. This is why I preach all day long on this channel why embracing nasality is so powerful. It's huge for tone shaping. It's huge for accessing notes in ways that you didn't think you could. A fantastic example right here. And there's a lot of this live. I think it sounds great live. Next. Ooh, I like this example in particular. Listen to how he trails off at the end. He's got that nice nasal, confident, supported mix happening like we've been discussing. Now he goes to that everything, and then he trails off. He's got this amazing sense of volume and compression going on there, right? Yeah, come on, it's everything. And then he trails. Like that. But he does it right over the I. Listen again. Yeah, come on! It's everything! Yeah. Next, another live example, and not so high this time. What's that sound? But let's really listen to his tone. What's that sound? What's that sound? No. What's that sound? What's that sound? What's that sound? What's that is? What's that sound? What's that sound? Yeah. It's beefy. There's a nice low girth to it. It's the nose. What's that sound? He's putting his face and darkening what comes out of his mouth and then allowing that added airflow to come through his nose. And you've got this sort of tweeter bass thing going on coming out of his face. He does that better than almost any vocalist I know of. What's that sound? Dual path, right? He can simultaneously darken here while providing that mid-range sound through his nose. Next. Okay, now here, we've got that wonderful broken up sound, and then he goes to he almost has wings. Listen again. Live, again, I like listening to these examples and analyzing these examples because in some cases, he's a little bit more obvious in what he's doing and how he's getting in certain places. Just spread your wings. Remember, get there thin. Just spread your wings. Get the feel of it thin, and then bring your chest up by doing what we talked about earlier. Just nasal. Bring your chest up till you start cracking. Spread. Just spread. It's getting there. Let's keep working on it. And just spread your wings and get higher. Thanks for watching. Thanks for learning along with me as we dive in and study these different sounds and different sensations from amazing singers. I enjoyed doing Sammy Hagar, and I enjoyed having you along as I continue to muse over and enjoy and let the music of Van Halen wash over me. Again, if you want to take your vocals to the next level, learn how to unpack things in your own voice that will allow you to free it and do what you've always wanted to do with it, click that link below and join my free course. We'll see you for more.